Welcome back to the Sanders Kitchen. I'm Mike and I'm glad you joined me today. Crazy brisket recipe. You'll be finished with this in 6 hours and it'll be so delicious you won't believe it. So here's how we do it. The first thing, I took all of these seasonings and I mixed them together to make a really great rub. And I'm going to give you the recipe for that. It'll be in the description. The next thing we're going to do is trim this thing because I don't want all that fat on my brisket. Now, I do want some, but not all of it. So let's get to trim. So get yourself a good sharp knife and something to put all the fat on. Trim off some of this fat. You don't need all of that fat. Now this may take me several minutes. I don't like this rough meat right here. So I'll just lightly trim that off. Any fat that's hanging off, just get rid of it. You don't need it. I used to be afraid to cut some of the fat off, but believe me, now some of this fat will render out, but and it will give the meat a lot of flavor, but there's a lot of fat in a brisket. And for the process, the method that we're using today, I don't need all of this fat. You'll see what I'm talking about. This brisket is all about feeding your family, and believe me, it's going to be wonderful. You guys are going to love it. And as far as I'm concerned, that's good enough. All right, so the next thing is let's season this baby up before we get it out on the smoker. It's time to go put this thing on a smoker. Let's go outside. All right, we have a master-built smoker here. Get ready to throw this thing on 250 degrees. See you in 2 hours. Man, that looks great. All righty, let's get that fine looking brisket off of there. Look at that, how beautiful, huh?
It's so pretty. It smells awesome.
Oh yeah, it's not close to being done yet. It's getting there. The brisket is now off the smoker. 2 hours. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. It's like a mahogany look. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to set it off to the side briefly because I want you to see what's in this pan. I have 3 onions that have been sliced. I just put all the onion rings. I filled the bottom of the pan with them. I have 2 ribs of celery cut up into chunks, and I have about 3 tablespoons of garlic in there. The next thing I'm going to put is some Coke, because we're going to braise this thing. So, you know, look, it's not critical, okay? Just put some Coke to fill the bottom of the pan. So what is that, a quarter, a third, maybe a third of the Coke. Now, I just happen to have some beef stock that I made. Look how rich this is. This is beautiful. Now, there's no salt in it, so I'm just going to go ahead and ladle in a couple of I think this is like 8 to 12 ounces a piece. You know what? That's all I want. That's it. The next thing we're going to do is take the brisket. We're going to lay it down. We're going to cover it with foil, and we're going to put it in the oven, 350 degrees for 3 hours. And when this comes out, then we're going to show you the next step. And then it'll only be an hour away from wrapping it up, and then you can have dinner. So we'll see you in about 3 hours. The brisket is coming out now, but it's in a stainless pan. You could use an aluminum pan if you don't have a stainless pan. And there it is. Boy, it smells good, I'll tell you that. We're going to carefully pour all of this into this pot. And we're going to take this immersion blender and we're going for it. And we also have some browning sauce, so we're going to put a little bit of this in too. A good teaspoon. And now we're going to take some cornstarch. I'm going to go for about 2 tablespoons. Just put it right in. It's hot. It's going to mix in easy. And here we go. Looking good. Taste it. Ooh, that tastes good. I'm going to go ahead and get my trusty salt and pepper mix out. I just like to put it in a little bit at a time. Well, the gravy is done. And now, okay, we're going to start slicing. This is the flat right here, and this is the point. So I really could just come right here and take that point off of there. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and start cutting. Whew, that thing is some hot. Okay, so what we're going to do is slice all this brisket and put it back in the pan right here. We'll put all this brisket back in the pan, and once we get through, we'll pour the gravy over it. But you know, I usually cook it for another hour, and that would do it. But look, it's so tender right now. I don't even think I need to go for that other hour. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Now watch this. There's your test. Beautiful. When you can cut a brisket and it hangs over your finger and it doesn't fall apart, it's not overcooked. But it's tender enough that you can just pull it apart like that. That's actually perfect. I did take the sauce, we thickened it, and we added barbecue sauce to it, and some Emeril's essence, and some salt and pepper, and it's amazing. And of course, the cornstarch, and that's why you can see that it's thicker. But we're just going to add enough to cover the meat, one more, and that's it. I think this shortcut is worth it. I really do. If it didn't come out that good, I wouldn't be telling you on camera to try this. But it is that good, and it took half the time to get that result. This brisket smells so good. Well, I actually think this brisket is amazing. It's just so tender. I hope you liked our video on a shortcut brisket. It is really worth it to not have to, wait 12 hours to eat your brisket. So if you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, please, and hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when our videos come out, as soon as they come out. I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you for joining us here at the Sanders Kitchen. My wife Pam and I thank you again. Hope you have a great week. God bless you.